This is the balance I have in my savings account from the things that I've sold the last 7 months. Pretty exciting. And this is what we took out of the bank to pay for our new truck.
2, 4, 6, $8,000.
$8,000. Easy come, easy go. Fortunately, we don't have to do the $8,000 in from the savings. That's going to be our emergency fund. This is from other money we've saved up to buy the truck. And tomorrow we buy the RV. And then we will hit the road. This is exciting. July 10th. Mark that date. Doesn't it? We found a truck on June 27th. We found an RV to go on the truck on the 6th of June? July, 6th of July, really. And we picked up the truck on the 10th of July. Had our first breakdown on the way home. Several other delays, and today, hopefully and praying that today is the day we get the RV. Today is July 20th? The 20th?
Sure.
Holy cow. Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. Well, Gary and I were just discussing it, and we figured out that no, today is the 21st of July. So that's, this has been a long road. Okay, delays. First breakdown. I can actually get both of us in here now.
Hi.
This is, wow, this is cool. Okay, we're sitting closer. All right, anyway, we, on the way home on the 10th, the truck was doing fine, and they had it in for a repair on something with a transmission cable or something. When we test drove it, that there was a little bit of an issue with that, so they had it checked out, they had it fixed. So things were good to go, and then we picked up the truck on the 10th, and on our way back, we stopped at a wayside, and I was driving the van and Gary was driving the truck, and when he went to back out of the stall at the wayside to leave, it made this horrible clunk sound, and it was like, what was that? And Gary was looking at everything. He was underneath it. He was looking at all kinds of stuff, trying to figure out what in the world this could have been. And so we made it safely back to Montello. His brother-in-law is a mechanic. He's Beams Towing. Remember Beams Towing, if you ever need to have your car towed. Fortunately, we didn't need to use that service, but he has a great garage, and he did take a look at it, and he said it was going to be more than what he could do. So he recommended a really good mechanic in just outside of Montello called Maple Grove Auto Repair. And the broke problem was the rear differential. Not a cheap fix. We're talking a couple grand. So that was pretty heart-wrenching. Yeah. So anyway, it would take 5 days for the part to come in. So that was a delay. Now we could not pick up the RV when we were supposed to. So we had to delay that. In the meantime, I threw my back out because I threw a temper tantrum. When I was making the bed in the van, I fluffed up the pillows, and I was so upset about when we had just found out about the van and how much it was going to cost and everything. I was fluffing the pillow and really beating the heck out of it, and lesson learned, I threw out my back. But I did find a wonderful chiropractor in Ripon. His name is Dr. Gunlock. Very thorough, very good. He spent an hour and a half almost just asking me questions and finding out things about my history and everything. And I had my x-rays with me. He looked at those. He was really, really thorough. And he did give me some relief. And then about 4 days later or so, we decided to go and do something productive with what we were doing. So with our adventure here. So I had another treatment, and he really did another wonderful job. So I'm pretty much almost back to normal. It's really good. He was great. Anyway, Dr. Gunlock in Ripon. So that was a little added expense. Then we went from there on, what day was that? Like the 14th or 15th or something like that. We went up to Neenah to look at our RV and just to see it again. And we did some measurements of different things so we could kind of have an idea of how much room we had for certain things and how we are going to organize things once we get it back. We're really down to crunch time here. Today is the 21st of July, and we're going to pick it up in Neenah at Destination RV, and then they're going to take us through a bunch of things. So this is our first home closing we've ever done, because we've always lived in a parsonage, and I guess we did have a travel trailer years ago, but it wasn't quite the same. That was for vacations. This is for, whoops, I lost my camera. Sorry. This is for our home. So anyway, it's been an adventure. We have a lot to share with you, but that's kind of in a nutshell of how it all went down. So we will be getting to Neenah soon and picking up the RV. In the meantime, this is our pickup. It's a Dodge 2500. This is extended cab, right?
Yep.
Extended cab, so we have a back seat, which is good because we have several things on here today. We're gonna kind of miss the van for that purpose, but we'll get used to it. The license plate is on its way. As you can see, we have the temporary in the window. What else do I need to tell them about this? It's a 1998, had not even 65,000 miles on it. Got it from a delightful 85-year-old lady named Chloe, and she was just the sweetest thing. We did a lot of dealings with her. There was no way that she would have known about this rear differential. We were told by two mechanics that it was not predictable. It was not something that they could have even foreseen was going to happen. So it just happened. That's one of those roads of faith, right? We're having all kinds of fun things happening. So anyway, the RV is beautiful. It was, when we walked in, it was like, this is home. That's what we've been looking for all this time. And when we walked in, we just knew this was the one. And there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. We couldn't find a leak. We couldn't find any issues anywhere of any kind. It's like we're still pinching ourselves. And when we went up to take the measurements and everything and to see it again, it was like, I can't believe this is ours. This is like crazy, super wonderful. It's just like, okay, this is a huge blessing. So anyway, we will show you the RV when we go to pick it up, and we will, I never know where to look on my phone, so I'm looking all over the place, hoping I'm looking in the right place. Anyway, we will show you the RV when we go to pick it up. Stay tuned. So, this is how much we are paying for our first home that we are buying, our first home. Isn't that wild? So just the first maybe 10 minutes that we were driving this, right now we're parked in a Walmart parking lot because we wanted to get something to eat at a Culver's across the way. We took this little baby, well, Gary did, through at least eight roundabouts, and through road construction, and he took a left going onto a 4-lane with a stop sign, not a stop light. So that's been our first few minutes with this. So far so good. I think we've decided we're going to name her Faith. What do you think?